Hello, my name is Edwin Edebiri, and I am the Chief Happiness Officer with the I Am Happy Project and also the Happy Neighborhood Project. I want to say thank you very much this morning for joining us. This is our Happy Monday call, and it's exciting, folks. I started this a few months ago and going into actually a year or so now ago, and it's just to encourage people to focus on happiness. I realize there are so many different things that's going on a Monday morning that gets people kind of down, so I just started to do this to kind of spark people up. And so today, folks, I am going to be talking about random acts of kindness and happiness. Now, here is what is exciting with this topic. And most of the time, when we truly think that we are doing stuff to help other people, and we find out very quickly that we are also really helping ourselves. And I'm sure that some people have realized this a long time ago, but now more recently, there's a lot of money going into research, and so there's research that's also supporting it. And two major things that I want to kind of touch on that random act of kindness does is number one, it definitely reduces the stress of the giver. And number two, it improves your mental clarity, your mental faculty. Now, who would have thought about that? You're going out and you're just doing good stuff for people and you're thinking, hey, I'm just helping those people. But the truth is, you are also helping yourself. And so that's the angle that I'm taking, is the improvement, the role that it plays in your happiness. And so that becomes an incentive. Now, sure, maybe you were not doing it, to increase your own happiness. You were just doing it because it's something that needed to be done. It's just because you were being human. And the good news is, the more human you are, the happier you're going to get. Okay, so that is very exciting. And so I want to touch on that. Now, what are some of the things, that we do? Well, let me even back up to say, I'm not asking you to go save the problem of the world, but it definitely doesn't hurt to do your part. It's not at all. Okay, but I'm not saying you should do that. I don't want you to think, oh, wow, now everybody's problem is going to become my problem. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that you need to make a conscious decision to be able to do the little that you can. And here is the good news. The little that you can be very huge to the receiver. And so you're actually in the ultimate win-win situation. You do a little bit, that's a huge impact on the receiver, and it turned out to be a huge impact on you. Imagine anything that you can do to reduce your stress level, anything that you can do to increase your mental clarity. That's a huge impact on you. So it's the ultimate win-win situation. I've had sometimes people try to analyze who they give to and who they don't give to. My thing is that, give because you have to give. Just give because you have to give. And I'm not just talking, time here, but I'm also talking money. If you're in a line and you're seeing somebody struggling, they're just trying to make their money add up, and for some reason it's not adding up. And instead of them starting to reduce what they are getting because the money just did not add up, make it up for them, make up the difference. And it might not be a big deal for you, but it's a huge deal for that person. So just little things like that. You are in the grocery outlet and somebody's in front of you or somebody behind you. Either way it works, If you're in the mood, you could say, hey, you know what, take this $5, could you add it towards the stuff the person behind me is going to buy? And if they don't really need it, they may pass it on to the next person. And you might be surprised, somebody who really needs it is going to get it. And that's just grocery outlet. You're pumping gas, if it's in a situation where you can. There are some people, they go into the gas station and all they have left is $5. And these days, $5 just barely cover a gallon of gas in California. And so if they get another $5 towards that, that could make a whole difference in their day. Or you are in a restaurant, especially you driving through, pay for the person next to you. And I've actually seen this happen a lot. I don't even drink coffee. I think I went into Starbucks for some other reason, and somebody was buying me a coffee or pay for it, so I just pass it on to the next person, and they were very excited. And so, but here is what the random act of kindness does, at least for me. Okay, and I can only really speak for myself in this case. It's number one, it allows you to be conscious of what is around you. Okay, it allows you to be conscious of what is around you. Let me give you a really powerful example, and this had a lot of impact on me in the early days of I Am Happy project, when I was still out there interviewing people on the subject of happiness. And I came across a homeless guy, and when I say hello to him, he was very shocked. And then I extend my hand to shake him, and it was kind of really resistant. And at first, I was like, okay, well, maybe he didn't want to shake. Maybe it's not a shaking guy. So I'm cool with that. And as I was about to leave, he said, no, don't go. I'm not trying to be not being nice to you or something like that. And he said, I'm just in shock. I said, why? And then he proceeded to explain his experience in being homeless, how people don't even recognize that they are around. It's like, so he was kind of shocked that I would even say hello to him, not to talk of extending my hand to try to shake him. He was really shocked. He was taken back. He said that there are sometimes people cross them, like when they're sitting in the corner of the road or something, people just cross them as if you're crossing a stone, like there's no human being at all. And so that kind of really woke my senses that, wow, have I been guilty of this in the past, so random kind of giving really awaken your senses to what's going on around you. And believe me, it makes a big difference. And maybe this is why it's stress reducing for the giver. Maybe this is why, research shows that it gives mental clarity for the giver. This is the benefit you get for the random act of kindness. And so please be aware of what's around you. And you may not know, it might be that major impact that could change somebody else's life just because you acknowledge their existence. They don't know you from Adam or Eve, so they were not expecting it. But just because you did that could make a big difference. So in terms of random act of kindness, it's not limited to time, it's not limited to money, it's your gesture, your smile, okay? Don't be selfish with those. Give that everywhere you go. And you don't have to smile only to the people that you know. That's already easy. They expect that, and you do that. Smile to total strangers. You could change their whole day. And so now here is another thing that's very big with random act of kindness. Is when you start it, you never know. You could get the ball rolling. You could get a momentum building. You could just, the little thing that you did could inspire somebody else to do even more than you. And it could inspire the next person to do even more. And then all of a sudden, the person that really have to, that have the potential to do more, that was not even thinking about it, is touched. And then boom, it just grows. So you could get something started that you are gone. You don't even know what you got started, but something seriously can be started that can have impact on other people. So the first thing that I realize is it allows you to become aware of your environment and what's going on around you, but you have the opportunity to get something significant started just by your little gesture. Maybe you smile to somebody and you just woke that person up, and all of a sudden that person is just going on doing random act of kindness for the rest of the day. You never really know that. So yes, just be more cautious of it, and do it. Now, do as much as you can. Give as much of your time, give as much of your money, give as much of your energy, your gesture, and then when you are in a position, you can encourage it. Not so much to the person that you did the kindness to, because they might think that's kind of like you're trying to force them to pay back or stuff like that. No, it's just generally encourage random act of kindness. If you're in a position where you can share this audio, share it with people. If you're in a position where you can talk about random act of kindness, share about it. And it's not that you are bragging, okay? Because I know some people will not want to share it because it come across like they are bragging. No. I'm encouraging you by the power vested in me as a Chief Happiness Officer. I'm encouraging you to share different random acts of kindness that you've done, especially in a setting where it could encourage other people to do the same. This world needs more random acts of kindness, and you can be the one that helps to get it started. So that's what I want to encourage, as you go out through today, pay attention to people around you. Pay attention and just do one random act of kindness. You don't have to do one every day, but I'm encouraging you, do one today. And just, see how you will feel. And, of course, you will see some cases how the person receiving it will feel. And some cases you may not feel it. It doesn't really matter. But the bottom line is this: get it going. So today, folks, it's about the random act of kindness and happiness. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. Go to YouTube/AskTheCHO. So that's youtube.com/AskTheCHO. That's AskTheCHO. And you can subscribe so that you'll be getting this, on a regular basis. Folks, that's what we've got today. It's random act of kindness and happiness. My name is Edwin Edebiri, Chief Happiness Officer with the I Am Happy Project and also the Happy Neighborhood Project. Now, we don't finish our call without helping each other to focus on happiness. And I do this at the end of every call because whatever you focus on grow. And imagine everybody on this call sending the energy of happiness to you. It just makes your happiness grow a little bit. So I'm going to count to 2, and I'm going to unmute this first, okay? And then, so we're going to count 2, and we're just going to say Happy Monday to each other. 1, 2.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
All right. You guys are so kind.
Great word.
Stay happy, everybody.
I like that.
Thank you.
Random acts of kindness.
Okay. Bye-bye now.